Sarah, if ever we needed a show length of about 2 hours, it would be today to go through just what you've shown right there. First of all, everything that Ron Johnson showed right there corroborates everything that we've been able to find. Myself and Joe Hanneman, now also new with the Blaze, have been working on this story. I was in D.C. When Trump was shot. And I regret that I didn't turn my car around and head to Pennsylvania right there. I was headed back home to North Carolina at the time. And the reason why I regret that is because there was a gag order placed the next morning at early morning on Sunday morning on all of the agents on the ground. So the Secret Service agents, local PD, the Sheriff's Department, the state police received a gag order all the way up from Mayorkas's office and basically told them, if you want to keep your jobs, you're going to shut up. You can't talk to your wives. You can't talk to anybody. And so our intel was cut off. But we had a treasure trove of intel from 6:00 something or 6:11, whatever, until that morning when the gag order and everything that Ron Johnson said right there is correct. I'm not on board with the multiple shooters yet. And there's reasons for that we can get into at another time. I also don't want to steal Pat Gray's thunder because Pat Gray Unleashed, we're doing a whole show on Friday about the conspiracy theories. I want to steal Pat Gray's thunder. Yeah, you do. But the point being is that I'm going to answer your question is how it's incomprehensible that those Secret Service agents did not take Trump off the stage, and I'm going to tell you why they didn't right now. It's because they didn't know, because all of their communications were siloed between the individual agencies. And so the shooters from the state police that had crooks zeroed in their rifle scopes were trying to deconflict. And what that means is they had been told in that morning meeting that they talked about that the Secret Service snipers didn't show up for at that 9 a.m. meeting. They were told there would be sniper coverage on that roof where Crooks was.
So they thought it might be one of their agents.
So suddenly they see a guy with a gun in the prone position.
Yep.
They don't know whether to take him out or not. They didn't want a blue-on-blue incident, and so they started the process of deconfliction. Took them a couple of minutes because once they started asking, is this good guy, bad guy, friendly, not one of us? Who is this guy?
Right.
But nobody's hearing the messages. So President Trump's close detail, the three big guys on stage, his normal, security detail, not the bad guys, not the DEI guys, but the good guys. They're sitting on stage. They've got their earpieces in. They know nothing that's happening. Had they been hearing that conversation, they would have just quietly exited him off the stage right then until this was over with. But by the time, and of course, when I say by the time, it just never happened. There was no deconfliction or lack of, deconfliction at that time. So there was no stand down order. That's one of the conspiracy theories. Nobody told those snipers to stand down. They were just afraid that they were going to shoot one of their own.